welcome to the Shotted Podcast. It's your host, Taylor. How's it going? I know we didn't expect to see a visual podcast from me, but we're here. Hey, we're just gonna do a little short introductory about myself on this podcast, what to expect from it a little bit. So I have my laptop here, my journal here, well, my sketchbook that I write in as well here, that with some ideas for the podcast and some questions for myself today. And so that's just what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over a little topics that I'm gonna be doing for the podcast, some guests that I want to have on the podcast, or just tell y'all, hey, I want guests. If you want to be on it, let me know. This is a photography based podcast. We could also throw in some other stories as well, but for the most part, it is photography. We're gonna be talking about photography, photographers, styling, AI. Can't wait for that episode. Just different types of photography and everything for the most part, and then talk about my behind the scenes experiences and everything. These won't be long episodes. These are really gonna be really get to the point episodes, except for this one. This one is kind of like my trial. So here's the thing, nobody knows this yet, but I'm going to New York, and I'm not telling you what I'm going to New York for until after. So just so you know, that's one of the topics, New York. Okay, and then we have some other type of topics like favorite brands of cameras, why to be a photographer, ways to become a photographer, settings for certain types of styles and everything, and just my thoughts and opinions. Don't take anything I say on here. Just take everything I say on here with a grain of salt, basically. Don't think everything I say here is just like the truth, unless I say it's the truth and I tell you it's the truth. Other than that, it's my opinion. So the first question that I have for myself is, what got you into photography in the first place? What got me into photography in the first place is basically I wanted to learn how to use a camera. That's it. I just wanted to know how to use a camera for the longest time. Even since I was a kid, I've had little camcorders, little cameras, little, what do they call it? Film cameras that were you bought at Walgreens every time you walk in the store. I don't even know if they sell those anymore. I'm pretty sure they do, but yeah, that's just the short answer to it. There's no elaborate, deep, dark secrets or deep thoughts or trauma behind why I wanted to get into photography. I just did. I wanted to use a camera. Next question for myself. Do you remember the first photo you've taken and think, wow, I love this? Let me tell you, I've been taking pictures since I was little. Very little, actually. Can't tell you how young I was. So if we're talking about the first time I was like, I actually kind of like this, it'll probably be my trip to New Orleans. I think that's when I had a phone for the first time, and I was just taking pictures of everything. We were on the swamp tour, and I just took a picture of where it said warning, and I was like, you know what? I got an eye for this. Didn't even know anything about it, really. But, yeah, that's one of my favorite first pictures. And then I remember I took a picture of this couple, and I put a filter over it. Of course, it was a bomb filter. You can't tell me differently. But during the time that I took this photo, they had an amazing fit, and it was just great. I was like, wow, this photo's bomb. They don't even know I took that photo of them. I don't know if I still have that photo, honestly. If I do, you won't see it. How do you describe your vibe and style as a photographer? I would say I am very colorful. I wouldn't say vibrant, but I would say colorful, and I'm very fun, laid back. I just like to have fun, and I like fashion, and I like portraits and getting all close up in your face. Wow, the sun is really going down really fast. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's how I describe my photography and myself as a photographer. Very laid back, very fun. Just try to get the job done, you know? Okay, next question before my computer dies. What's your go-to process when planning a shoot, or do you just wing it? I do both. I plan and I wing it. If someone hits me up and they have an idea, that's when I wing it. I'm not about to put a lot of effort into it you're a model, you hit me up for a TFP and I take it on. TFPs, they're great, but money-wise, we're gonna talk about that another day. But I don't really plan for those as much. I let them take control, and I just like, hey, what do you want to do? Then I put my vision into it. They put their vision to it, and then we have some bomb pictures come out of it. Right? Okay. When it comes to planning, I put a lot of time into my planning. Like, I'll go on Pinterest first to look at like different types of vibes that I want to go for. Sorry, I gotta keep that on all the time. I go for different pictures that I vibe for. I look at what I could do, what I can do as a photographer. I know there's some stuff that I can't do, and I'm still learning on how to do it and everything. But what I can do as a photographer, which is a lot, I'm gonna do. So that's like the creative process. We could get into that another day, but hey. Another one is, how do you keep your ideas fresh and stay inspired? Instagram and Pinterest, for sure. There's nothing like Pinterest when you're just scrolling. You're like, oh my gosh, I could do that. Oh my gosh, I could do that. And if you wonder what I'm doing with my hands, I am pinning it to my Pinterest boards. But yeah, that's how I stay fresh. And then there's also Instagram photographers that I also follow, and I get inspiration from them. I have like a whole board on my Instagram that I save just for photography inspo. So yeah, let's see. Okay, next question. What's the craziest or most memorable shoot you've ever done? Soon to come. I'm telling you, it's coming. Can't wait for that. Yeah. Okay. Next question we have, are you a big gearhead, or do you think it's more about the photographer's eye than the tools? Self. What would I say to that? It depends. I used to be a big gearhead. I used to buy tons of lenses, tons of lens filters. I used to just buy stuff all the time. When I had when I had a credit card with B&H, I would just buy stuff. But now that I'm like settled into like what I want to do and what I know how to do and what I can afford, I wouldn't say I'm a big gearhead anymore. I have all the lenses that I want, except for one. I have lights that I like. I have lights that I like, and then also I have a laptop. Honestly, you don't need a lot when it comes to photography. But we'll get into that another day. I keep saying that. Sorry, I just have so many ideas that I want to talk about, and I know they're gonna be longer episodes where I'm just ranting, and then when I have guests on here, they're gonna rant back with me and everything like that. So just wait for it, okay? This is just gonna be the shortest episode, but we're gonna get it done. Okay. And then the next question I have for myself, if you could only use one lens for the rest of your life, which one would it be? Oh my gosh. Why did I ask myself this? That's crazy to even like say. Y'all, I use ChatGPT. Don't get it twisted. For these questions. I did not write most of these down. I'm too tired today. I just wanted to film and get the first episode out at the beginning of 2025. And that's what we're doing. But when it comes to this question, it's between the 50 millimeter and the 85 millimeter. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're so good. Oh my gosh. I would probably do the 50, honestly. Now that I think about it. Because the 50 is so versatile. You can get extra close to them, get extra far from them, and you can still get the composition on how you want it to look. Girl, listen. Or you, listen. That 50 do some things. People be hating on it though. Nifty 50 is called that for a reason. Alright, so next question, self. What's been the toughest part of your photography journey so far? I would say getting clients is definitely the hardest part. Yeah, that would be the biggest challenge. It's not really more about money, it's just getting people to recognize me. I feel like I'm not given the recognition that I deserve. Y'all gonna bring me my flowers one day. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, next question. Can you share a mistake you made early on that ended up being a big lesson? Don't be so impulsive. I'm very impulsive, can't help it. I was born this way. If you know, you know. But yeah, I can't help it. I'm very impulsive. I try not to be. We're going through things, okay? So just don't be impulsive and expect everything to just work out for you. Because when I was in college, I was like, okay, this photography business is going to be the thing that leads me to being financially okay in college. And it did not. It did not. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's what I would say. It was a big lesson. Don't expect everything to happen so fast. And so great at the same time. Yeah. Okay, next question for myself. What's your all-time favorite photo you've taken and what makes it special? Oh my god, I don't have a favorite photo. I don't even have a favorite photo shoot. I don't. I be thinking, ooh, that's my favorite photo, and then I go take another good one, another bomb picture. It's not the same. It's not the same. I need good quality pictures at all times. I don't have a favorite photo. I don't have a favorite shoot. I love them all. The ones on my Instagram especially. If you see them, go follow my Instagram. Yeah. Okay. What or who inspires your work the most? Who inspires my work the most? And what makes inspire my work the most? There's this one photographer and editor and retoucher, mainly a photographer. Her name is Tamara Williams. I'm pretty sure you know her if you're in the photography world. She does amazing things with her camera and her phone. Such great work. Also, Brandon, I keep forgetting his last name. I think it's like Wolfel or something like that, or Welfel. One of those, I don't know. Starts with a W. He inspires me a lot too. I remember back in his days when he used to use the fairy lights in like every photo shoot, and then everyone started getting fairy lights. I am a victim. I still have my fairy lights and I still use them sometimes, but great photographer. I would love to have him on this podcast one day. I don't know if that's going to be possible. It depends on how big this podcast gets in the first place, but never know. Dream big. Next question. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done, okay? We have like 3-4 more questions. How do you balance photography as a creative outlet with the business side of things? I'm more of a creative than a business girl, if we're being honest. I'll get business help from my mom. She has her own business. She does great in her businesses that she does. Yeah, so I'm more on the creative side than business. I do the business side, but not as much as you think. Not as much as you think. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm not doing that. Accounting, payroll. Ain't nobody on payroll with me. I'm just saying. Okay, anyways. We're gonna skip that question. We're just gonna move on from that question because I can't really explain it. I'm just the creative side of business. I'm not really big on the business side. I should be, but I'm not. But when I am, I'm doing good at it. Okay. Next question. Second to last question. What's one piece of advice you give to someone just starting out in photography? Honestly, get a basic camera. Do not get an expensive camera. Learn how to do photography from the not the most basic. Get a good basic camera, okay? Because there's some basic cameras out there that are trash. Like, I don't even want to say it because, like, controversial. Yeah. We're not gonna get into that. It's kind of controversial, but hey, whatever. But you're just now wanting to start into photography. Take some online classes. Get in-person classes as well if you're able to. Like, go to a university just to learn how to use a camera and take off from there. That's what I did. I took 2 classes of photography. in not university, but community college, and that's where I started out. I'm not self-taught. I don't know how to self-teach myself a lot of things, but I do know how to self-teach myself a lot of things as well. But just learn how to work a basic camera. I would say in person is more better. Well, not more better. I would say in person is best when it comes to learning something so physical, like using a camera, because you could be like, what is this little button? Like you're pointing to a specific part or like a specific setting and you don't understand, they can explain it to you, basically. That's my opinion. If you could photograph anything or anyone in the world, no limits, who would it be? Beyonce, Tinashe, who else is like really good at concerts? I don't know if I'm gonna be a concert photographer, but I do know I do want to work with them too. The most, not Cardi B, Doja Cat, Beyonce, Tinashe, and Doja Cat. Those are my top 3 artists at the moment, and I just love them so much. Oh, even Megan Thee Stallion, that's a dream too. Just saying. I would work with any of those people. And when it comes to the what part of the question, I would say, I want to shoot the bottom of the ocean. It said no limits. It said no limits. So when it says that, I'm going to do it. Those questions are done with. How do we like the podcast so far? Please do not give me criticism yet. Just give me suggestions on what to make better. Do you want a different background? Do you think this looks okay? Do you want to see me more closer or more farther? Or do you want to see less in the background? Do you think I should just be chilling on a couch? Who do you think I should put on the podcast? I have a few ideas of who I could get on the podcast so far. But yeah, no criticism yet. Next episode, you give me criticism. First episode, I just need suggestions on to make this better, because I do think being a podcaster is something I could do, you know? It won't be on Apple Music Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anything like that yet until I figure out how to get that on there. For now, it's just going to be a visual podcast that you could just sit here and just watch me goof around. But yeah, I will have microphones next time. I will just be more prepared next time. Right now, I'm just chilling, just trying it out. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. Please give me your suggestions and even outfit suggestions. If you think this is just too casual, let me know. Give me some suggestions on what to make better, basically. And yeah, I think I am done for today.